Hello everybody and welcome to Tamper Tantrum episode the 7th. My name is Steve Layton and I'm joined by another auditionee.
Hei, jeg heter Oda og jeg her med Steve og Colin og får bare pølse og øl og må sove på taket. Så jeg har det sånn passe bra.
It's really not working out, Uda. Sorry. You're just no replacement for Colin. Colin! Colin!
Oh! Hello! I've got a reprieve.
He's back. Tried to replace him and all we got was a mannequin that was kind of close. That nearly worked.
Yeah, did a good job.
Yeah, it's not working. Welcome back, Mr. Harmon. Where have you been?
Thank you for having me back. Shall I apologise?
Apologise.
Okay.
You should.
Very sorry we've abandoned you for Christmas. We're
Just remember Tamper Tantrums for life, not just for Christmas.
and not for Christmas.
Not for Christmas.
But yeah, we're extremely busy over the Christmas, and we made several attempts to try and get something done, but failed at every attempt. And
2 sets of flights booked.
yes, and never made it. So very sorry for leaving there. But we're back.
We are back. We're back and better than ever.
Yeah, we're also joined today by Miss Uda Misha Ho.
Good. It was good.
Yeah.
How
Competing.
who is of course the Norwegian Bristol champion,
And we've managed to kill her palate by
Yes.
feeding her
kebabs all day long.
kebabs and battered sausages. This is the way it should be.
And it's a hair in my food. Oh, that's
Oh my-
gross.
Oh.
Nice. No one's ever going to come to Ireland. Anyway,
So this is a Tamper Tantrum with beer instead of coffee.
so we apologise for anything we say in about 60 minutes time, because we've had a very hard day today and we're probably going to get very tipsy throughout this. But good to be here anyway.
So why have we had a hard day today? Has something happened recently that you won't come over to the UK anymore and you won't do Tamper Tantrum anymore?
Why?
So basically,
Have your boots got very big?
my boots are very big. So I've opened the shop. So
About time?
yes, with no little help from Steve Layton, that guy there. He's been great in helping me, getting me some excellent coffee, and it's been going really well. So we've also had a lot of guests, and we've had Hugo Haircut in from Wadebridge, and we've had Uda, of course, and we've had David Lanick was in as well, and Carl Purdy's in all the time as well. But it's going really well. Nice little small space, and today we had a big launch party, which was supposed to be just like a handful of people just turn up and drink some coffee, and it went insane. Like it was absolutely packed.
Amazing.
I really didn't expect so many people.
Not at all.
I was getting ready to be embarrassed by how few people were there.
Absolutely stunning. And on the screen now, it's a little bit of footage of how many people were there. Which, yeah, it was crazy. It was really good though. Really good crowd as well. Very kind of educated and seemed interested and asked questions. And
Yeah,
so no, it's been very good.
yeah. Like it's an odd space where we are. It's a music venue. Actually, do you want to tell them? Because what was your impressions when you got there?
Okay, so I've heard lots about the space, but it's the first time I've seen it today. And you walk in, and when we walked in, there were a load of barriers there. It's like a nightclub, and it's like the ticketing area at the front, and it was a bit tatty and a bit kind of like
beer.
Okay, and stank of beer.
He was like, "Does it always smell like beer?" It's like, no. Here we go.
At that point, I became disappointed that it wasn't going to smell of beer for all day, but it was really strong smell of beer, and it was kind of like a bit. Not untidy, but the cleaner was in at the time, and all you could smell was beer and like Dettol and kind of, you know.
Where to sell it, Steve?
Yeah, really selling it here, aren't I? But then he starts pulling cupboards out, and he pulls the machine out, and then another bit of the bar comes out, and then another piece comes out, and then he
The
starts.
menu comes up.
The menu comes up,
Yeah.
And we take Uda out from that wardrobe.
Yeah. I think you should have really let her, like, you should have given her the Steve Layton suite here.
The roof.
I don't deserve it.
But, yeah, so you kind of walk in and then you just suddenly start to see this bar being constructed. And if you don't go and you just walk in when it's kind of built up, you think, oh yeah, this is okay. But start off with it look pretty horrendous.
Do you know what we do? Will I do? I'll take a photograph tomorrow and we'll do before and after.
I've got a before and after to show.
Yeah, me too.
Boom.
There you are on the screen, before and after.
They said it couldn't be done.
But I think it's.
They said it shouldn't be done.
They said it'll never be done again. But yeah, it's a really cool space. I can see how it will really work. And I said to you this morning, it's like if you've been to Espresso Room, which is a coffee shop in London.
I bet.
Yeah, Mr. Townsend, who's been on.
He's not going to be saying low. He doesn't have the internet.
He does have the internet. He just doesn't know how to use
He's
it.
still with travelling pigeons and stuff.
No, he started to order via the internet with me now. He sent me an
Really?
email.
Ooh.
I think he realised that I wasn't picking up the phone.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Good man, Ben.
So that's very kind of compact and bijou, and you have to. You end up having to talk to people in there because you're so close to them. It would almost be rude not to, and that's pretty much what your place is like. I think I can imagine the atmosphere during the week being really friendly.
Actually, can I put a link up to something I did? I did an article for the Dublin blog. It's a Dublin community blog, and it was specifically about turning. Could the cafe in Ireland become the third place? So the third, you have the first. You have work, you have home, and then the third place in Ireland is traditionally pub. And it was about, can the cafe become the third place? Now, this is it's kind of a surprising thing that I didn't really plan about the shop, is that it has become this wonderful little place where, like, you'll have like kind of 10 or 12 strangers sitting in the cafe, and they all start chatting, you know, and everybody's just having this wonderful little conversation, and I just kind of sitting there, fueling it with coffee, and that's it, you know. But it's really, really nice. It's really kind of. Did you find that as well? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really cool. I didn't really plan for that to happen, but I'm really happy about it. But a nice atmosphere anyway.
People are getting to know each other and talk about coffee. Yeah.
Ganging up on me. Yeah, it happens quite
So who is your customer? Who is the kind of person, or who are the
Dave.
Just Dave. Yeah.
I feels my belly showing.
Yeah.
Look at that pixelated out.
I got an airbrush.
So it's at the moment it's kind of cool. We're having a lot of baristas and coffee shop owners and coffee geeks, for want of a better word, and chefs and journalists and couriers. Couriers drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And it's really good, and everybody. It's difficult getting people into the space because it's traditionally not a coffee shop, and people are kind of standing outside going.
Yeah. Do you think the name may be causing
No, not
people
at all.
a problem?
No, not at all.
You still don't regret that name?
No, 3FE.
You'll do
3FE.
in time.
Oh, but I thought it was called Third Floor Espresso.
That's what it stands for.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
it's not. On
You
the
Tell
third
the
floor.
story. Tell the story.
No, it's a secret.
Please tell us the
What's the
story.
What's the story about?
Story.
Would you like to know?
This story is going on. Shut up, you two. This story is
Oh, go on,
going.
Colin. Please tell us. We've never heard it before.
Oh, this
How
story.
did you get into coffee?
Shut up!
Oh, people are going to watch this for 2 hours. Can you believe it?
The story is going to go on flyers because everybody's asking me. But basically, when I was training for the competitions, I had a training room. It was in my apartment on the 3rd floor. Trevor, who owns... Shut up. Trevor, who owns the Twisted Pepper, came to visit me in the training room and saw what was going on. I was like, this is crazy. He was like, you should do this in the space in my club. And I was like, okay. So he brought me and showed me and said, you've got to recreate it here. So hence 3rd floor espresso.
So
So we
much more
shortened it.
enthusiastic when you tell it to customers.
Yes, the first 800 times. We have. Can I show them my logo?
Well, I can put it on the screen. You don't need to get it.
No, I've got to show them. I'll do it myself. It's my shop. I'm just on them. Save you all this editing as well.
It's kind of it's just like a big advert, isn't it? Really.
No, you're watching. This is the scary bit, alright? Ooh, hey! It's the same.
And he never gets bored of it.
It's ambigrammic, and it's on my
It's what?
Ambigrammic. It is, and it's on paper cups as well. So the paper cups are the same. And I didn't know it was working coffee, you know. No. Okay.
What did you do, Colin? Could you turn a machine on 12 months ago?
I was a dancer.
Were you a private dancer? Dancing for money? Do anything you want to do? Oh, God. Okay.
Oh God! Welcome to Tamper Tantrum.
So yeah, I'm being sensible for a moment, and I promise not to be sensible after this. Dead proud of you doing the shop. Well done, mate. It's brilliant to see.
Hey.
I think it's really good that you bring in some good coffee to Dublin.
Well, do you want to tell Steve what I said about the shop yesterday? The nice thing I said about it.
I can't remember.
I'll say something nice to him. So what I was saying to Udi yesterday is that
Let's not do the
I was really
appreciation stuff. That makes me a bit sicky. A little bit sick in my mouth if you're nice to me.
Okay, a little bit nice. So, but I was really worried about Steve coming over because it's got Steve has done all this coffee for us and had a really great job, and it was it kind of feels a little bit like your shop to me.
It's mine. It's all mine.
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's not his. Mine.
yeah. So it's good to have you over,
Frosty.
Frosty.
Explain Frosty.
Maybe Sarah should explain Frosty.
Yeah. Maybe my wife should explain Frosty. But Colin's blend in the shop was called Frost, and we had this
That was
idea.
Dave Walsh's idea, wasn't it?
Was this?
Yeah, I think so.
Explain, Dave. So it was called Frost, and given a brief, should we talk about kind of what?
Do you want me to tell that bit? No,
Yeah. Okay. Colin gave me a brief to come with his coffee, which was a little hazy, shall we say? I don't. Yeah. Which I completely mucked up because I listened to him and I went, "Yeah, I can do that." So how long you were away in? Oh, can we talk about where you were away?
Where?
Japan.
Yes.
Yes, we'll come to that later, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. But Colin was in Japan and said, "Well, I open next week. You've got to send me some coffee." so I had to send some coffee to him that was not. You hadn't tasted it until it was in the shop.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and everything I'd sent before was horrible.
I never said it was horrible.
No, you did.
Did I?
Yeah,
No,
David was
it
even.
wasn't
And David was even worse.
Was he?
Yeah, he was very scathing.
He's like that though. Isn't he?
He is. He's very vicious.
Since he became a champion.
So it was called Frost, and so I goes into Sarah, my wife, who Mrs. Has-Been, who is getting better now, and because of the people said, but I said it's called Frost. Make sure Frost goes on the label. Here's the cupping notes and description. So I goes back in and everything's gone with the parcel coming in. I'm closing the labels down on the computer and I close it down. It says it's Frosty. I'm like, you haven't called it Frosty, have you? Yeah, that's what you said to call it, Frosty. I'm like, oh God. So a phone call to you, kind of panicking that I'm... That's okay, Colin.
Cheers.
Don't worry.
Thanks, Timo.
I really think you should make you let him wear clothes, sir. I don't think that's very fair.
It's a nice apron, it suits him.
So yeah, it ended up being called Frosty by mistake, but luckily Colin was quite cool with it. And
I loved it.
Frosty is available
Quite
on the
cool.
website if you so wish to try.
It's ridiculously good. I'm so happy with it. Actually, the only day I wasn't happy with it was I couldn't. It was really fresh. It was a fresh batch of dough, but it was quite sharp.
3
And
years old.
Yeah, and Stephen Morrissey turned up. I was like, he's gonna give it out better anyway. So, but it's been great every other time. Loved it. It's been.
So the one day that it wasn't good was the day that the one world champion from Ireland came to visit.
Yeah.
Darn.
Well, everybody else has been brilliant though. So
Stephen, if you'd like to try it properly, then
cheers, everyone.
yeah.
It's going downhill from here.
So yeah, no, that's how we got to Frosty. So we actually have a whole heap of stuff to talk about. Pick something from there because we can't talk about it all.
Yeah.
So while they're looking on the list,
Brazil COE, will we do that? It's up there at the top. Yeah.
Talk about Brazil COE.
Yeah.
Auction last week.
Cup of Excellence.
Mr. Walsh got all of the guesses wrong on the prices.
He did actually, yeah.
Good blog post though, I thought. It was really thought-provoking. And
It's amazing how numbers confuse coffee people pretty quickly. But
yeah, lots of stats and stuff like that. But highest price,
24.
24. Pretty good.
Mm.
I think in
The second highest was 12, 10.
Yeah, which is again pretty good. And I think the lowest was about 5, 6.
Yeah.
So pretty good across the board prices, which is far more important than the headline price.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
It's
cool.
always quite a substantial jump from second to first anyway, isn't it?
Distinct lack of kind of non-Asian buyers in the top half of the the auction again, which I think is worrying for the competition. If you don't,
Not many Americans either, is it?
were there any?
Don't think so.
Probably some, but I didn't kind of see any. So, yeah, really good that the Cup of Excellence kind of back in Brazil, because it had the hiatus where it didn't happen. I think, was it last year? No, it happened last year. It was the year before it didn't happen, where it got called off. Really cool to see that back on the calendar.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you get any?
Yeah, 2. Only small amounts of 2 lots. Just to keep our hand in as such.
You like Brazil, don't you?
I love Brazil. Brazil is very special, and it was really cool to go because I was at the award ceremony as well this year. Got to go and see the award ceremony happening.
Oh, okay. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your trip to Brazil?
It happened because last time we did a Tamper Tantrum, it probably wasn't going to happen, and I was being all pessimistic and down. But went to Sao Paulo first of all, then went to Bahia and met up with some farmers in Bahia that we've saw some awesome coffees for, which should be here in the next 4 weeks or so, which is some direct trade stuff.
Yeah.
Dead
So,
excited
'cause
about.
Bahia is producing really amazing coffees these days.
Well, Bahia, for the first time ever, actually won Cup of Excellence this year.
And
So
traditionally
we won.
Bahia has been Robusta based, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is
Well, Bahia, it's not so much Robusta based, but
sorry, my computer's dying. I've got to turn it off now.
it's so professional, isn't it?
I'm a champion.
Tell you, David, when he did his audition, didn't have this going on.
Shut up.
You not just close the front and.
No, because it just continues to do that. Apparently I'm not me either.
So yeah, but I mean, Bahir's not so much Robusta, but there's been a lot of naturally processed stuff from Bahia, which has been of varying qualities, and I think there's a lot of processing issues there. But what they've been doing is kind of listening to good advice, and Silvio Leito. Is that actually going to turn off?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to take the battery out. Technical.
Yeah.
You can't turn it off. Silvio Leito, who's been Cup of Excellence head judge in Brazil for. That's not annoying at all. Thanks.
Yes, it's not a Mac. So what?
He's been head judge for a number of years. Has started to help the guys in Bahia to really improve quality. And I think that's a lot of the reason why we've seen some winners from there.
Yeah.
I think 5th was St Judas, which is in your blend. The one that won is the farm next door to
And
St Judas.
Coffee Angels blend as well. Got some St Judas.
That's it, fantastic. Big fan of that coffee. Really like it a lot. So really good to see them doing well. But the Bahia was kind of like a relationship that we've had for a little while, but we've been helping them roast, and now we've got some real small micro lots from them. A biodynamic bourbon, which is pretty unusual.
Brazilian biodynamic?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And one lot that is just... the farm's gone from a production of 200 bags a year to 8.
Let me do the maths on that.
Yeah, and basically because this guy's so obsessed with being biodynamic and following what he believes to be true, that the farm's almost become unsustainable.
So,
the sample,
undynamic.
Yeah, but the sample was it was amazing.
Really?
Really, really good. And the guy was just so charismatic. It just kind of came away like, I've got to try that coffee. And they didn't want to show it me. They were like, no, we can't. And I'm like, no, just show me that sample. Because you look there and the farm it's just beautiful. Instead of using fertilisers and chemicals, he lets the trees just fall on the ground and kind of lets the trees feed the plants. Some really interesting stuff there, and we're hoping that next year that they will do some special processing with it as well.
Cool.
And we're hoping to help him kind of get it so his farm gets in a better state. So,
Nice.
so that's cool. But then I went to Minas Gerais, and went to the Cup of Excellence Awards evening, and then went to Inglaterra, which we've got some of that to try.
Oh
at
God,
some
yeah.
point. We should at some point whack this on pause and at least try it.
Yeah.
before we get
Yeah, do you
drunk.
want to cup some stuff tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have it here?
Yes, yes.
Cool.
So it's a tiny sample of it. It's Canary Overartle
Okay.
from a farm called Ingleterre. You know Stephen Hurst from Acanta?
Mm-hmm.
It's his farm. He owns a farm, and it's
Oh.
tiny lot from there. 5 bags. Just fell in love with the sample. Really, really good. So that was one farm that I was very keen to go and see.
Do you get to buy any from him?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. There's only us and Monmouth Coffee in London that buy from him because it's a tiny farm. It's very,
Oh.
very small. But we've supported it from the start. So that was really good to go there, but also good to go to Kishwera.
Ah.
And Kishwera is like...
So your sappy little
Oh, yeah.
oh God, he fell to pieces.
Oh, it was rubbish. I was like, I actually had an internal struggle whether to put that on the blog or not because it was so mushy and soft.
This is my Everest.
Yeah. I did not say that. But it was pretty pathetic.
That was cool though.
Yeah,
Steve has had Kishwera every year since you started?
The first year we didn't, but we weren't doing a very good job the first year. But yeah, from the second year onwards, it was the moment in my mind where it clicked that I kind of got specialty coffee, and I started
Yeah, you
to
told me
understand
about
it.
that. Yeah.
And I tried to go there 3 times before, and it got cancelled every time.
Oh.
And it was just like, oh, this isn't going to happen. So when I got there, it was a bit of a like, I was all soppy. And
Nice.
I did my Benny Hill there as well, though.
You did, that was brilliant.
I also did a silly little video where I ran around, speeding the video, going, but that was another one. Yeah, Brazil didn't really go well in my head. I think I kind of got a bit mashed up in my head and went a bit mental while I was there. A bit more mental. As mad as cheese, as Andy said. Andy, my roaster. And I said, well, why is cheese particularly mad? He says, well, it's sour milk that's gone off and it tastes good. That's mad. So, Minas was really cool, and it was everything I hoped it would be. I kind of got over the couple of farms. Well, we'll talk about that at some point soon. I think we need to sort out an origin.
You ever been to Origin?
Mm-mm. Really want to.
It's,
Really want to go to Costa Rica, but didn't.
Italy, that would be great.
Yeah, especially Italy.
the Costa Rica trip
Costa
was last
Rica
week as well,
or
wasn't it, as well,
Italy.
with the Danish ones.
Yes. I'll go some other time, I guess.
Yes.
It's when you crush those other Nordic countries. Crush them.
So yeah, Brazil was really cool, apart from when I got back.
What happened?
I got bitten while I was out there.
Oh God, have you got a photograph of that?
Yeah, photograph.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. So Steve Layton swelled up to the size of 2 Steve Laytons.
Yeah, my foot got massive, and they wanted to admit me into hospital, but being the stubborn, awkward person that I am, I made them come out 4 times a day to give me IV antibiotics.
Yes.
Because it was that bad, and I was back. I was in work 2 of the 3 days that I should have been still, and I was like, hobbling around. I'm all right.
Yeah, because I was talking to him on the phone. I said, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm fine, back at work." And I said, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Well, no, not really. It's still swelled up and I can't walk, and it's really sore." I said, "Really? And are you sure you're all right?" "Oh, it's fine. Yeah. There's a nurse coming 4 times a day." I'm like, "So what you're saying is that you're not fine at all? Is that what you're telling me?" "Yeah."
Yeah,
But
still don't know what it
anyway.
was.
Sorry?
Don't know what it was.
But the foot's getting smaller?
Yeah, the foot's gone back down now. It took a little while to go back down, and the wound that it's something bit me, I think, and the wound's still there a little bit, but it's getting better.
Really?
Going to Origin can really damage your health.
So, who else or where else did you go when you were in Brazil? Did you see anybody?
I saw all the
That was an awful
international
question,
jury.
wasn't
It
it?
was a bit rubbish. I saw the international jury. Got to catch up with Kyle Glanville, which was, I don't know how much you like Kyle. I hadn't got a knockbox to show him, but and I don't think that particularly impressed him that I hadn't.
Oh really?
Yeah,
No.
I think he was really disappointed.
Oh well. Did you see their wonderful espresso video from Intelligentsia?
Wow, very impressive. Makes my efforts look a bit crappy, doesn't it?
Yeah. You should watch that. Can we put a link up?
Yeah, we can pop a link up.
Bing! If you want to put any links up, you just go like this. Bing! Like that. It's like one for coffee machine.
Bing!
There. Bing.
Good. You have to do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just means that this goes out 2 or 3 days later than it could have. That's all.
Champion.
Yeah. So Brazil. Someday we'll go there. There goes my belly again. No.
Are you pregnant, Colin?
We're going to say that to last.
Oh, we spoiled the news.
That's it. Have we asked them to do any silly titles yet for this next segment?
No, but we should do, shall we? Have we got a number one for this next segment? Yeah. This is really well planned.
Yeah, okay, well we can talk about it once we introduce
Okay. These are the special titles that have been put together or may not have been put together by Mr. Walsh. Email him, Von. Email Walsh, David Walsh.
Steve-O, get Dave on the phone. I don't care. Whatever.
Is that another battered sausage? Oh no. just took the apron off.
It will be done.
Yes. So, as you've seen from the titles, we're back to doing our top fives.
Yeah, we take a bit of a break in them, eh?
A little hiatus, I think the technical term is.
Ooh.
But we are back.
Somebody's got a dictionary for Christmas.
Well, being as though you haven't been doing any Tamper Tantrum, I've had a lot of time on my hands and no editing or anything to do.
Got all
so
the
I
way
read
down
the
to H
dictionary.
as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So, at number five.
No, what's 5? No, I didn't.
Fam.
Fam. We could have done with you when we did
Fam.
top 5 things in
Fam.
Norway, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Fam.
So, Mr. Mark Prince.
Mr. Coffee Geek. The Coffee Geek.
The Coffee Geek, and I did a thing. Did you see the thing I did on Twitter on my blog? I did 10 people are following Coffee World on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
And Mark was probably I've really got to like Mark, and I don't take this the wrong way, Mark, because I think you know where I'm coming from with it. But online, sometimes Mark comes across as not rude, but just kind of very confident, or maybe a little bit arrogant at times, and.
Canadian.
And I think Mark's on Twitter comes across how he is, which is I think he's a lot more personable, and he still has a little slip every now and again, and we all do. But I really like Mark, and I
I
think
think that's the advantage of Twitter though, because you can get it's more streamed.
it's a two-way conversation, isn't it? Instead of just a broadcast, which I think is good. And I think what Mark has done for the specialty coffee industry is probably more than anybody else who doesn't work in the specialty coffee industry.
Yeah.
He's kind of opened it up to the community, and just really strange that it comes out of Canada.
Yeah.
Because everything seems to be US or Europe, but really cool. And I think one thing we'll notice from the whole list here is Canada's got a really interesting scene.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is because of Mark and the work that he's done with Coffee Geek. So top man.
One on our list of places to go. So we've got to go to Bergen and do Tamper Tantrum as well, and Oslo as well sometime. But
I have promised Mark that I will actually go to Vancouver.
Imagine doing Tamper Tantrum in Coffee Disco.
Oh man, that'd be wicked.
Although it's not really a disco, is it?
It's not really a cafe.
Yeah. Anyway, but we can go there and do that. Would be really cool.
I'd say
so.
Top Mark. Yeah. Top marks to Mark.
Yeah. And if you're not following him on Twitter, do. And really interesting
and vocal, and actually kind of comes out with some good stuff.
You know what I think that we should do though, because like we've kind of got Dave. So I think Dave's going to London for the WBC. For the cup tasting, and Mark Prince hopefully will go to London because it's one flight and he hates doing 3 flights to go to anywhere. But we should get Dave and Mark Prince to do like a competition against each other.
What kind of competition?
Naked
mud wrestling.
No, maybe not that one. But okay. Well, cool. Mark Prince. Number.
Yes, and number 4.
That was
Fira.
Fam
Fira. Good. Is Reg Barber, a Tamper guy.
Show everybody what you do.
Sorry?
Show everybody what you do for a living. Nice.
Tamper guy. What size portafilter is that for?
5.
Cue gentle green giant jokes.
Oh, he's so giant-like. Colin, do you know? None of us had mentioned it. It was over.
Oh,
and you've just resurrected it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I regret that one.
Oh yeah.
So well, you Reg Barber.
Reg Barber. I think you should tell about Reg. I've shown the Tamper movement.
I think
Do you
Reg,
use Reg Barbers as well?
Yeah, I've used them. I don't use it right now.
Oh.
But you've got some Reg Barbers at your shop.
Yeah, in the shop, yeah.
Yeah.
I must admit
aren't they the free ones you got from Atlanta?
Yeah. I think, and the trophy as well, has a Reg Barber on top.
Yeah.
So
I
you've
think,
got a trophy?
yeah.
You've never showed that before.
No, it's not just stuck on
We
top of my
never talk
table.
about that.
But the Reg Barber is probably... He told me after Atlanta, he said, our Tampers have won the last 4 World Bristol Championships. So I was like, okay, technically that's true. But yeah, Reg Barber's does a lot of Tampers with a lot of great people. And I don't know, I must admit that I didn't think they were the most prettiest of Tampers. But they're very, very ergonomic. They're very, very easy to use. I love them. And I think they're a lot of people's weapon of choice in coffee.
For me, sure. That's a
Yeah.
Tamper I always reach for. I've
Yeah,
got a
we
whole
like
heap of them and I always reach for the Reg Barbers, but then
Yeah.
I'm a crap barista, so
That's
it
it.
doesn't say a lot, does it?
Oh, you're not that bad.
I know I am.
I'm a bumper barista.
You like the bumpers?
I love the. I love.
I don't like
Sorry.
them.
Yeah, I love the bumper.
Because they had
What, and what
I
are we
love
talking about?
but I love the bumper on the La Masocco. But on your machine, I prefer Reg Barber.
really.
Yeah.
You don't have to
So-
just say that. Reg won't be watching.
No, but I do really.
It's cool. I like them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I going with that one?
Uh,
Tampers, yeah.
Tampers.
While we're talking about Tampers, going completely off topic,
yeah.
Dirty Cup are doing their Tamper review this weekend. I'd be really interested to see.
It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yesterday, today,
Yeah.
something. So it all merges into one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that should be going up really
Because
soon.
John Gordon's new Gorilla Tampers are featured on
You're
there. as
stealing
well.
Reggie's thunder.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't mention competitors like Bumper or Gorilla.
Well, John's not in Canada. It's fine. So
Neither
yeah.
is Bumper.
Have you seen John's Tampers?
No,
No, I haven't seen it either.
I am going to be.
Cool.
I'm going to be selling them, I think. So
Yeah, Gorilla Tampers.
yeah, go have a look.
Things to watch in 2010.
Nog med ding.
Sorry.
Link.
Oh, she's learning. Yeah.
Ding.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You've changed. I like you.
Yes. But yeah, no, cool. Right, Reg Barber.
Yeah, number 4.
Weird description.
Fyra.
Yeah. Number
3.
3. Fanfare 3. Is 49th Parallel. So I'm going to talk a little bit about 49th Parallel. So they're a roastery based in Canada in Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Lovely brown and blue bags. I love their artwork. It's cool.
Beautiful,
But,
beautiful look and feel to their.
We did a group buy on boards, myself and Dave and all the other boardsies, and we found, I think 49th Parallel was the one. Was it the first and the second? The second one, but they had a Beloya, and it was one of the first coffees to just absolutely.
What
It was probably the
what,
first-
what did he do to you, this Beloya?
What did that terrible term that they have for it? Cover your ears, Uda. Beloygasm.
Oh.
Terrible term, but seriously, this Beloya was incredible espresso. It was unbelievable. It was just amazing, and I think I'll always remember that coffee. It was just really great. And 49th Parallel just do some really excellent stuff.
And just on top of that, Vince Piccolo,
Yeah.
who is one of the shared owners of 49, is most possibly the nicest man in coffee.
Yeah,
He's just like such a top man.
yeah.
Hadn't seen him for years until Atlanta, and was like, I just bumped into a long lost friend. It was fantastic, made me feel really special. Got some special coffee they'd roasted for the competition that they were giving out, and gave me that, and just a really, really nice man. So really love Vince.
Yeah.
Really nice man.
Did you see that pretty lever Marzocco they have?
No.
Okay, good pictures of it.
If you can find it and email it me.
Pictures. This is a beautiful lever machine. A La Marzocco lever machine is absolutely gorgeous. So that's they own it. That's the only thing I can think of that has any relevance to that. No,
That's cool.
but yeah, 49th Parallel. Number 2.
2.
That's easy.
2.
It's just 2.
Say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Femme, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Ish.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2.
Number 2. Who's number 2? I think that is Mr. Sam.
No, it's not Sammy. Sammy's.
Mr. Barrett Jones!
Barrett Jones, yeah, he's number 2. It wasn't the other guy.
No, what other guy?
Oh, I don't know what you're
No,
talking
I don't know
about.
what you're talking about.
So Barrett Jones is he's with 49 Parallel.
He is. I've got a great picture. Actually, I don't know if I've got it, so if it's not up on the screen, I haven't got it anymore.
We'll draw you a picture if it's not.
Me and Barrett in the same England shirts at
I think
in
I've
Long
seen that.
Beach at the Intelligentsia opening party for the LA Roastery.
Oh, okay.
And I'm walking around with a camera with a Canon 400D, and he's walking around with a Canon 400D, both with England shirts on, the same one. It's like, we come to the party in the same top.
Nice. Barrett's such a really cool guy, isn't he? He's
Very cool.
met him in Cologne, and really
We
great
say
guy.
people are cool all the time and great, don't we? But when we say it, we really mean it. And if we don't say they're cool or great, then they're vile and horrible, and we hate them.
We should come up with an alternative Tamper Tantrum. We just like people off.
Okay.
Nice.
We are quite nice to people, but then we like people.
Yeah, we'll get drunk now. We'll say something.
Yeah,
nice with this
especially.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barrett Jones is great. He was the Canadian representative in the World Cupping Championships this year.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Rasmus, did he?
Yes, everybody
dear.
did.
Oh, yeah.
If you're looking for any employment, me and Colin,
Maybe I just have to come back.
Yes.
but you'll just have to eat that.
She loves it. What are you talking about? Battered sausage.
It's not the way.
Food
forward.
of champions. Food of champions. But yeah, Bart is great.
Yeah.
Cool guy and a great coffee person.
Numero uno.
Numero uno is the one, the only, Mr. Sammy Piccolo. Yay! Definitely not number 2. So Sammy Piccolo, for those of you who don't know, and all of you do, is a multi-time Canadian Barista champion and second. How many times did he finish second? 3 times? 3 times in the World Barista Championships. A cool guy, and recently jumped ship actually because he's been with Cafe Artigiano for all of 12 years, I think now.
Which was his brother's Vince, and I'm trying to think of the other brother's name, but I can't remember. I'm sorry, I'm rubbish. I'm sure Mark will tell us in the comments, Mark
Yeah.
Prince, but Cafe Artigiano was owned by the Piccolos originally, and then they sold and set up 49th Parallel afterwards. Sammy is just, lots of people misunderstand Sammy, and if you've watched Black Gold, the one thing I hate about the film Black Gold is their representation of Sammy. And I actually pulled
They stitched him up, didn't they?
Well, I pulled this up with the director at one of the screenings. I actually said that was out of order, and I felt that was really wrong because Sammy's a nice guy.
He is.
He comes across as arrogant,
But he's kind
but-
of taking the mick out of himself and doing
but
that
he's
a lot, man.
confident. That's all it is. It's not arrogant. He's confident because he's a really good barista,
Yeah.
and he has really good skills, and he knows what he's doing, and that just, I don't know, it just comes across on that film. It was really just to make him look an idiot, which I thought was really wrong.
Yeah, no, they stitched him up. Sammy's a good guy.
Nobody pays more for their coffee than 49th Parallel and Artigiano when it was there. So it's just not right. Anyway,
Yeah.
I found it really offensive, and Sammy deserves far, far better than that.
Yeah, well, I remember when we went to Atlanta first and we were in the cafe and it was like, oh, there's Sammy Piccolo. I was like, oh, and I was so nervous. I just was like, oh, just go up and talk to him. Just like before I knew it was up. It's like, hi, how are you? I'm Colin. I'm representing Ireland. And he's just like, oh, right. So why are you sitting over there? And I was like, sorry. And he goes, come over. And I was like, oh, there's like 6 of us. And he's like, yeah, come over. And sat down. Everybody came down, had lunch and talking about coffees, giving us advice on what to expect in the next few days and all. And really, really great. And didn't have to do that, Really didn't have
And
to.
I kind of liked what you said about competing and the people who were competing and how that had made. Do you remember in the pre-Tamper Tantrum we did? And you were saying about like somebody like him being there.
Yeah, like I
It
think
was
that,
really good for somebody like you
yeah,
being
because
there.
it's like you're like when you get there, it's like oh, there's Sammy Piccolo. It's like he's like oh my god, and then you see Carl Starr and people like this, and it's really great to have those people coming back all the time. I don't think he's competing this year, but hopefully he'll come back and do it.
Isn't the Canadian Championships done?
It's
now?
done.
Yeah, oh,
Normally
it's
done
done.
really
Oh, it's,
well.
yeah, it was Kyle won. What's his name? Kyle.
I've been really bad with the barista season this year because I haven't watched any of the online.
I can't remember Kyle's surname, but he was basically
Didn't Sammy
he was-
coach him?
Yeah, he was Sammy's
Yeah.
right hand man in the last competition, and well deserved victory from all I hear. But yeah, cool.
Yeah, Sammy, nice man.
Sammy Piccolo,
Titles?
Canada Clips.
Canada's dry.
So, that was Canada. So we also got some great news over Christmas, and despite not doing a video post, we probably should have done one to take advantage of it. But we got awarded a Sprudgie, which is
I'd like to just show the trophy.
Yes. We share that with all the other 8 winners, and we'll get one each. So yeah, Sprudge is Sprudge, for those who don't know, is a really excellent coffee website, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you know what it is. And Sprudge basically give out 9 awards.
Yeah, I think it was.
We got video.
Best
video cast of the year,
which I felt was wrong. I don't think we deserved it. I think in my mug deserved it a lot more. No, it was really cool to get that recognition, and I really like Sprudge, and I mean, yeah, I think it's kind of fun. Although I wasn't sure about one of the posts recently, but we'll let you look through those to work out which one that we didn't like.
Yes. But no, it's a great website, and thank you for the award.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks to you.
Good.
Yeah. It's like awards. It's the time that the awards come out, isn't it? With the Golden Globes and the Sprudgies and
we didn't win the Golden
So
Globe though.
many awards.
We were nominated.
Were we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you not go?
Didn't have the time to check.
No, I wasn't invited.
That's because we were trying to replace you at the top.
Yes, it happens. But Sprudge, thank you.
Yeah, very much. So other stuff on the list is, you don't want to talk about this, do you?
Grain harvesting.
We said we're going to go talk about Japan.
Are we? Oh yeah, it's to Japan actually, yeah. Because that's not controversial.
No, it's not. In November, was it November?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to go to Japan.
Straight after the last one of these, really,
yes.
wasn't it?
So I went to Japan with Fritz Storm as part of the barista camp. So I was joined by Daniel Roland.
So who's Fritz Storm?
Daniel Fritz Storm is the 2002-2003 World Barista Champion. And also Attila Molnar from Hungary. I said that really weirdly. I'm getting so emotional now. Daniel Remheden, who finished 4th, I think, in the 2008 World Barista Championships, and from Sweden, and who just set up a roastery called Love Coffee, so drink their coffee, and Mia, I can't remember how to say the second name, but Mia, the Japanese Barista champion. I wouldn't even attempt.
So she went all the way to Japan.
Nakahara. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, so she went all the way to work. So we were basically set up camp in Murayama Coffee in Kalisawa.
Who has been on this before on Tamper Tantrum?
Yeah.
The big in Japan.
Yeah, I said that to him, and he looked at me like I had 50 heads. No idea what I was talking about. So moving swiftly onwards. But so it was great. It was basically we had loads of great coffees supplied by Kentaro Murayama, who's amazing coffee roaster, amazing coffee knowledge. Spends like 210 days last year travelling.
Crazy,
it's just
man.
ridiculous.
He lives out of a suitcase.
So much energy.
Yeah.
He's like Steve. He reminds me of Steve.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Except he's got a palate.
But he's got just so much energy and just enthusiasm, and his knowledge is just amazing.
He is.
That's football jerseys though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Perhaps I need to buy him some.
Yeah, I think we should actually. Yeah. But
Sunderland shirts.
It was great to be there, and they're using this that's something we can talk about. So they use the Loring Smart Roaster. What think you?
So I thought, I haven't used one, and so I can't really. I've tasted coffee from one, and it was 2 coffees that I know very well, and I wasn't bowled over. But then I'd really like to have a play on them and roast them how I would roast them, and then perhaps try them.
Yeah. I think I went.
I was really quite shocked at what I tasted. Like really? I was kind of like, and cup side by side with our coffees from the same farms. It was night and day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what again? I don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't involved in the roasting of them, so I can't.
Yeah. It's hard to say because I was really impressed by it, and I was really skeptical. One of the things I was reading about it, we pulled shots of espresso 40 minutes after they roasted, and they settled perfectly. No, you'd expect it to be just all.
I think what worries me a little bit is like roasting by numbers a little bit as well. beep, 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 beep. You know?
Yeah. Well, what
And
Kantaro
I
does,
don't feel
what
that.
Kantaro does is he does it like he roasts manually.
Mhm.
You can go manual and then automatic, manual, automatic, you know. But he did say that it took a while to get used to it because it's a completely different dynamic.
Well, the interaction with the coffee isn't quite the same either, is it?
He did say. He said
you
if you're
don't
good
get
at
the
learning-
cracking as much. You don't. The smell changes because it's sealed. I mean, the way that the drum works, you can open the front and the coffee won't come out until you press a button or something. It's because of the way that the way that it suctions on it or something.
That's in the cooling tray.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. I've got footage of that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll never send it to me.
I will. I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Ding.
Ding. So this is, you can see the coffee staying in the
It's on here.
and it's really well made. One thing, like if the way
should be.
it takes apart and you can clean it really easily.
It should be. Do you know how much they are?
Yes, that's an awful
A huge money. They make Probat look cheap, and nobody can make Probat look cheap because Probat are rip off as well.
But this is the thing about it because they it's apparently a lot easier. Yeah. Lul. And he had another beer.
Yeah. No, they're meant to, because the way that they're set up, it's meant to save on running costs. So you're meant to save that money.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't. You went blah, 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 blah. So you end up saving the money that you would spend on it in saving the environment. It's a beautiful thing. And let's all eat tofu and wear sandals.
So you're pro lorry roasting, yeah?
No, I'm not. I'm neither pro nor against. I would like very much to
You know,
spend
but that's
a couple
what
of
I
hours
said,
on
though.
one.
Because
And then I'll give you an opinion of
Yeah.
that I've formed. But until then, I'll look at it a little bit through my nose.
Yeah. No, but like I've only had coffee from Kantaro and from Peter James, and I said, well, I'd like to see. They're two really great roasters, and I was like, I'd like to see it roasted by two more people before I make up my mind. And they were like, who's that? And I said, well, I'd like Steve to have a go on it, and I'd like a really bad roaster to have a go on it, because you know, you want
I
to.
don't know what he's getting at there. He's had two good roasters and he wants two bad roasters.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to kind of step down.
Because no, they set up a taste test for us, and they said, okay, well, here's three coffees, both roasted on Probat and on Smart Roast, and two of them tasted better on the Smart Roast, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, we would have wanted 50 to make an informed decision. Like, why is 3? You know, it could be a fluke. You know, and honestly, I was impressed overall, but I think it was a bad taste test to do. I would have liked to have more, but I think they kind of realised that themselves and they put it in front of us. So anyway, but yeah, I definitely I was surprised. I was surprised and I liked it. So I'd like to learn more though, I think. But yeah, Japan was a lot of fun. And
did you have to get about at all yourself, or were you picked up and shuffled
Show the
around?
movie where you're running from machine to machine.
oh yeah, this is
Ding.
we got bored and we were hungover, and I decided to play games. So basically what we did is we started to dose each other's baskets, and as you can see now, and we were starting each other's shots and turning each other's shots off, and just to get perspective on what other people make coffee like. So that was quite interesting, and we had lots of little games like that, and yeah, it was good fun.
So it was really serious hard work then.
Oh yeah, hardcore. But we got one night in Tokyo, which was amazing, mind-boggling. Just lights everywhere. It was just like, ah! But I got really excited in Tokyo. Everybody else had to hold on to me so I wouldn't run away.
Did you have like one of the baby harnesses on?
Yeah, I was like-
your wrist?
But yeah, it was so much fun. I like Tokyo.
So, do you want to give a mention to the people that got you there, the sponsors and stuff, or do you not want to be so transparently?
Well, there's a whole list of sponsors. I'm afraid I forget who they all are.
We can just add them. We can add them here.
No, we can't. No, we can't. He wholeheartedly endorses their products or services.
Yes. You gotta learn that phrase. It's great.
Yeah.
But if you go to the barista camp, there's more.com or whatever it is.
You can do a dink then. Do a dink.
Ding.
Nice.
There we go. Let's go and have a look on there.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool.
Yeah. No, what a great
Sounds
time.
good.
Yeah.
Somewhere I'd very much like to go. And
cool.
as I said to you, I can't talk about it much, but I'm going to China in which is kind of by Japan in March, which will be very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, top secret that.
Really.
New machine. Say no more.
Say no more. Who the?
You roaster?
Oh, no.
I can't say.
Who the? Don't. Yeah.
Can't say.
But yeah, that was really cool.
You better.
Oh, well. So we have competitions coming up, both myself and Uda. While you're here, why don't we have a little chat about what you do? So why don't you tell everybody where you work and what you do and why you hate Rasmus?
I do not hate Rasmus.
I like Rasmus.
Make it sound like we've talking about things about Rasmus all weekend.
Yeah,
Rasmus was nice to me in Iceland.
Yeah.
Very nice.
No, Rasmus
and you were
was
very
cool.
nice to me as well.
Good.
Yeah. Team Norway is my favourite. I bought the Team Norway Tamper.
Oh, you did?
You know, with the engraved bit on the top. I bought that. I should send that to you. You should have that. That should find its way back to Norway.
So I work in Bergen at the.
Which is not near Oslo.
No, it's actually pretty far from Oslo.
It's a long, long way from Oslo, isn't it?
Can I explain that?
No.
Okay.
And we've got 4 shops there, and I work at the.
What's 4 again?
Fira.
4 in Fira.
Fira.
Yeah. And we started about 2.5 years ago. Kaffemission, which means coffee
Pronounced
mission.
coffee machine.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
Kaffemissionen. And we do a lot
That
of
was
fun
quite
work
like
there.
it, wasn't it? That's good.
Listen. And we do 4 different roasteries, which is very exciting. We've got Tim Vendelbo, Kaffa, Supreme Roastworks, and Solberg & Hansen.
No good ones then. I think there's something missing from your portfolio there.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Remove thy dagger!
Broke your barista heart.
Yeah.
Sorry. And it's a lot of fun because we cup blind every week and kind of cup all the coffees that the different suppliers have and choose the best coffees that we like, and we do that every week. So it's a really nice way of working with coffee, and we're very spoiled.
Yeah.
And get to work with the coffee we like the most.
And lots of special grinders as well.
And lots of special grinders. We've got 4
4
lovely master Robert grinders. And we normally do 2 single origins. One quite. Some may say that we kind of do acidic coffee. I don't know what you think.
I think it was brighter than what I was used to.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say acidic in a...
In a bad way?
No.
No. I really like it. We normally do 2 single origins and 1 kind of milk blend, that kind of maybe a bit darker roasted coffee that kind of make it through the milk.
So for a snapshot of what was in the store before you came away, what was on offer in your store, say, last week?
Last week, new Las Mingas Colombia lots. Very good.
Who was that from?
From Kaffa.
Yeah.
Very good. Very exciting for competition.
I think Colombia's really kind of got some interesting stuff starting to come through now.
I used that last year for the WBC. So
right. Okay.
obviously I really like it. And we did one...
I heard it wasn't so good, but you've got a lovely personality.
I've got a great... They're going to be t-shirts.
Sorry, yeah, it's in joke.
Yeah. And we've got one El Salvador Kilimanjaro.
Ooh, Epsidoe?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yes.
And
very nice
we
coffee.
got the natural processed coffee, which is
Oh,
lovely.
I've got a bag of that.
Yeah, oh you do?
Yes.
So lucky.
Espresso, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Done.
Very, very nice
so
coffee.
that's very, very good. And we've got the kind of milk blend was French roast from Solberg & Hansen.
Okay.
Yes, which is a lot of Brazil and Indian coffee right now. And we also got Tenora. I don't know how to pronounce it.
What?
Pronunciation is not my thing.
Tenora. It's from Kaffa.
Terroir.
yes, Tawa.
If you're not sure, just say it really quickly.
Yeah, nice. And Uber boilers as well, don't you?
We actually got the Uber boiler yesterday. installed in the bar.
Nice.
Yes, so I'm very excited to
It's a beautiful,
get
beautiful coffee
home
bar.
and try it.
Yeah.
I got to play with the new Uber today.
Oh,
Did
me
you?
too.
Yeah, new Uber is
This-
lovely.
So what's the new one different than the old one?
You
It's-
can basically set the temperature and press boost, and it will get to that temperature.
Nice.
There's no faffing, which is exactly what it should have been in the first place. So sold on it, I was like, "Can I have one, please? Can I have one of these now, please?" And Mr. Stat just looked at me blankly, said, "You've got one. No, one of these. One of these, please."
Yeah.
And very, very nice.
Yeah.
And
And
have
it's
you
much
got the new
smaller.
one? Have you got the new one?
Oh no, unfortunately. Well, we've got the old one.
I've got the old
We're
one
really
too.
happy to have the old one.
It's good company. Good company. I'll call it one. Rubbish
I got one.
roaster, you know. Always
Although
nice
I
Nordic
technically
coffees.
do have one.
No, you don't.
No, you
It's
don't.
still in my shop.
Yeah, it's in the same
it's in
city.
the
It's in
nightclub now.
Dublin.
It's in the nightclub now.
Yes.
It's not in your shop anymore.
Yeah, someone's making cocktails with it at the moment.
Look at this kettle.
Yeah, the guy in the bar said, "Here, what do you want to do with that kettle later?" I was like, "What? You can't have a kettle." But yeah, it was fun having it today, eh?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a
From
lot
what I
of
saw.
I've never drank as much coffee off an Uber as today. Just so much coffee.
That was the only thing about there was a lot of people today because I couldn't play with the Uber.
Yeah.
I really wanted to.
Maybe have a go tomorrow morning, really early.
Really, really early.
So let's have a
Oh,
look. See if
sorry.
we-
What else have we got to talk about?
But no, you not passing over the shop. Sounds really cool. Sounds like very good, and I would very much like to come and see
You
the
should
shop.
come visit.
I do want to.
We've
Norway is somewhere that I'm very, very keen to go.
Mm.
I don't know why. I've always had a thing with Norway. So
And you can just take the bus to Oslo.
yes, it's not far, is it?
No.
That was Ben Kaminsky's
It's like
fault.
a 30-minute drive.
Yeah, it's dead close.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we've got to talk about. Oh, shout out to Mr. Aaron Brown,
Well done, Aaron.
second in his regional, which is the.
Did I tell you his name was Aaron Blanco now or later?
Oh, Aaron Brown. What? No, isn't it?
It's brown coffee, Aaron Blanco.
That's the one. Okay, I was close. I just know him an Aaron. Jeez. But no, really well done to Aaron. Aaron is somebody who I introduced Colin to in Atlanta.
Built his own roaster.
And really nice guy, and finished second in. Is it the
Southeastern Regional Barista Championships.
So
SERBC. Serbica's.
really cool. Known Aaron for quite a few years, and it's kind of really good that he's got some recognition for his work. So
Yep, so straight to the USBC now, eh?
I don't know. Is the second take you through?
Yeah.
Because you can just enter the USBC without winning a regional.
Yeah, but you
You can
jump
go to the semis, yeah.
Semi-finals.
Which some people say is a kind of hindrance because you don't get a chance to run through your performance in an earlier round before you get to semis.
Oh, yeah.
So some people actually win a regional and then will compete in the first round as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So just so I know that Nick Cho did that when he.
Really?
I think he did.
Hey, did
Could
Nick
be
Cho ever
making
win
that
the
up.
USBC?
No. But he won a regional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the first one, so what Steve Marcy did, where he filled portafilters, tamped, put it down, got the next portafilter, and then insert brew. But leaving the portafilter on the table, that was Nick Cho.
Was it?
Mm.
I remember Nick used Kilimanjaro when he competed.
Really?
Yeah, that's the one thing I
Good
do
coffee.
remember because Aida was there in the crowd in his regional when he won, and he was like talking to her directly about it and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Which I
That's
thought was
cool.
really cool.
Did he say, at this time, I'd like you served you your espressos?
Give it up for the sponsors.
He's sponsored by cappuccinos.
Yeah.
But,
More in jokes. It's all about in jokes, isn't it?
yes.
So I'm going to talk about it, but I'll give an opinion. You can talk about the facts of it. Sorry, I'm not squashing you.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. I'm trying not to squash you there, but it's
I'm such
It's a
a
small
chunk.
well, you're just such a giant like man. So
It's not me, I'm just lonely.
it's just for comfort, isn't it? Oh, it's getting worse. So, Colin, tell us the facts of what has happened with the Northern Irish Barista Championships in the UKBC.
So basically, deadline for UKBC submittals was it was New Year's Eve. 1st of January, looked at the thing, 4 people had entered, 4 people had paid up. Said, can't do that, it's not worth it, we can't pay for it. Northern Irish Heat is cancelled, they can obviously still go to the UK and compete there, which would involve a flight or a ferry ride or something, and obviously more cost. So, bit of an uproar. Phone calls are made.
It's more of a Twitter uproar than a...
No, like internally there was, but phone calls are made, emails are sent and all that kind of stuff, and they brought the numbers up to 18, but they were told by the UKBC that no, it was too late, couldn't be done. So on one side you got the baristas saying, oh well, you know, we do have the numbers, you guys should just let us do it this way, you're just being pedantic for no reason, and it isn't too late to rearrange it. And the UKBC say, no, it is too late to rearrange it, we gave you a chance, you didn't submit, we'll pay you costs to come to Exeter or else
No, is it Scotland?
Glasgow or Exeter.
Glasgow, right, was it the 2?
Yeah, and that's
why not the London Heat? Oh, because they're really full.
Well, it would cost them a lot more money to get them across, but so that's it. So in the meantime, the Irish Barista Championship said, well look, you can come south and compete. So some of them are coming south. Which, it's odd. At first, I have to admit, at first I was a little bit kind of, that's not fair, you can't, no, that shouldn't be done. Then I had a bit of think about it and I went, am I only really saying that because there's more competition? Probably, you know.
I think it's really clever of the SCAE Irish chapter to offer that out.
Yeah.
I think it's very forward thinking, and I think it's
generous as well.
Generous. I also think it's very exciting for the Irish competition to have some different people, and you know, you look at the quality that the Irish Heats have brought in when you look at Cafe Creme and Shay and Nelly and Ground and kind of a whole heap of people that have done. I mean, I'll be honest with you, the Irish Heats for me have been the bedrock of the UKBC, and most of the finalists have come from the Irish Heats. So, you know, there's been a massive Northern Irish contingent in the UKBC. I think it's a big own goal of the SCAE UK.
Yeah.
I think it's short-sighted. I think it's a really bad PR kind of faux pas.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not the first time that a heat's been cancelled in the UK competition. In fact, since Steve Penk left kind of the organising committee, I think he's been cancelled every time. There's been at least one cancelled, and it was the London Heats last year.
Yeah.
So,
which is a shame.
Are you trying to burn your feet there, man?
Vaughn is
everything to make us stop.
She's so bored by Tamper Tantrum that she's climbing into
she's
the fire.
She's self-harming. It's not right.
I've had enough. I'm burning myself to death. Take me, flames.
So I personally feel it's.
Demo, can we get a fire extinguisher?
I think the UK's loss, and that really bothers me as being part of the UK scene, is the Irish gain. I think it will make a far more interesting Irish competition.
It will, and I think I did initially get my back up because there was essentially more competition. But now, in retrospect, I think it's a good thing for the Irish competition. Not necessarily a good thing for the UK competition, because I think they've lost out a little bit there. But for the Irish competition, it's great, and it's also at the Twisted Pepper, which is where my shop is.
Conveniently.
Yes. So actually, did I tell you, Vicky Fitzhenry, who finished second in the Irish competition, came in and she was like, "Oh, your shop looks great, yeah." And she was like going on, "It's great. It's a lot better than what I thought it was gonna look like." And I was like, "Well, what's wrong?" And she goes, "Well, there's a rumour going around." And I said, "What rumour?" And she goes, "Well, I was told that you opened your shop in the basement of a Mexican restaurant." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "What?" They obviously meant the ground floor of the Twisted Pepper, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, I can see." So it's a little bit better than the basement of a Mexican restaurant, but we're holding the Irish Bristol Championships in the back of my shop. And
I am sorry about that rumour. I did start.
But that's great. So it's going to be very accessible for the public, because I think the Irish competition has always traditionally been held at a catering exhibition, and we've always wanted to get the public more involved, to get more media kind of attention. But regular people don't go to catering exhibitions. It just doesn't happen, you know. So this is a chance for regular people to come and see a barista competition.
And I think a competition like that should be big enough to stand on its own. Yeah. It should be a big enough draw to not need a catering competition. Yeah. And my cynical mind thinks that they're at catering competitions because they're offering some money for them to be there, or some extra support to be there, which you know, does the competition need that? Would it be better if the public could engage with it more? And it'd be interesting to see what happens at the Irish ones.
Yeah,
I mean, that's...
You guys have got some really cool venues lined up, haven't you?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be this year.
Yeah.
But Rasmus was talking about maybe having it on a cinema. So kind of the barista would be on the stage in front of the...
It's perfect.
Yeah.
You got, like,
and you can have lots of audience, and the finals would be... Like, the finals would be in the cinema. So you could have, like, a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tiered seating, you got all the facilities, you got the toilets, refreshments, all that kind of stuff. Electricity, obviously.
Yeah.
Ice creams at half time.
Yeah, nice. I'll throw popcorn at the baristas. But that's ideal, you know, and I think that's the way barista championships are going. The London heat we're trying to get to. We have to ring James and Annette and ask them for permission.
We do.
They won't let us in. Otherwise we're just filming the back alley beside it. It's been held in a kind of an art centre, which is big stage and tiered seating.
And it just shows that when you do something like that, 23 entries. This is a heat that was cancelled last year because not enough people put their applications in there, but because James and Annette have organised it and come up with a great venue, done it at the weekend because baristas work during the week and people who want to watch it work during the week.
Make it accessible.
It just shows what that can do, and you know, with a little bit of imagination.
Because they've been charging it to UBF, the Ultimate Barista Fighter. People are paying to see baristas make coffee.
That's great.
Monthly. That's not... No, it's a good thing.
It's a bit weird. I think
we need respect.
Don't they get free beer once they're in there?
Yeah, that's why they've got them coming. Free beer. But yeah, so that should be great. Looking forward to the Irish Barista Championships. It's 5th, 6th and 7th of April. And when is your regional?
Regionals is 20th of February and nationals are 21st
Really?
of April.
If we're not doing anything, we should go over for that.
You should.
Flight wouldn't cost much, would it?
No.
Sure, we just get the bus from Oslo.
I've heard it's really close to Oslo.
It is.
It is.
I looked up on the map. It's that far.
Fantastic.
But yeah, there are lots of competitions coming up already. I refuse to watch any American ones because they all scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've really not got in. Last year, by this point, I was really into competition, and I'm not now because I don't know.
Not really that good.
Well, it's been a stressful time, been very busy, but yeah, I want to get back into the competition because I enjoy them. And they're good fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I should definitely watch the WBC online this year.
Makes us full of confidence. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I start competition training.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Better find some coffee then, haven't we?
Yeah. But no, I'm going to give James and a call, so it'll be fine.
Again, they'll just tell you no again. You know what they said last time? Stop ringing or we're changing our number. Then you come crawling back on your knees.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
No, it won't. It'll be horrible. But once
it'll be horrible and stressful, and I'll cry myself to sleep every night. But I would glad I didn't finish that sentence. I don't have more beer. What else are we going to talk about?
What's left on the list?
Ooh. The vessel receptacle blindfold thing that I did on my blog. I know you probably didn't see it.
I did. It was about wine glasses, and you used Riedel wine glasses because you wanted to show off everybody how expensive your glassware is. And it was about whether the glass has an impact on the flavour of a coffee and whether you could taste the difference being blindfolded.
Now, I'm sure at your place you've probably done something like this already, and I'm just copying what you've done. But we're looking at the shape of the receptacle.
Did you just try cups or glasses too? Yeah, that's right. I actually did some different...
As I said, I knew I was just copying Norway.
I should have never said that.
No. What did you find with it?
No, we tried a lot of different wine glasses. And it really depends on what you want to bring out in the coffee. And I was preparing for the WBC and wanted to bring out the fruit in my coffee. So I found some glasses. They're actually pretty ugly. And they look like the glasses you would buy just because they look fancy. But they're kind of this shape and they go in at the bottom they're pretty ugly. But they're really great.
Yeah.
And you kind of bring out a lot of the fruit in it, and it was very interesting to see. And we tested a bit with like those kind of cup versus those, and it's a very big difference. So we should kind of test it if you want to, if you know what you want to bring out in your coffee. Depending on what cup you're serving it in, it's a big thing.
Well, I was using a test. The sample was El Salvador Cup of Excellence, Los Amates, and very fruity, very bright, very big coffee. And again, it was a champagne flute, but with the pointy bottom.
Oh.
And so very thin but pointy bottom. So come in and like a real kind, but not a. Sorry. Why are you laughing at pointy bottom, Colin?
Stop drinking.
More beer.
So yeah, it was kind of very thin but pointed in the bottom, and it was for God's it's like working with a child. And it really did bring out the fruitiness of the cup. It was really good, but it just gave me more questions than answers. So wow.
Oh.
Our face is glowing. Von's feet are on fire.
She's just jumped head first into the fire. The pointy bottom coat just is enough.
But what I really want to do is get some porcelain ones made with this kind of shape in there. So instead of it being glass, actually get a very thin
just
glass.
Just the shape of it?
Yeah, but with a point at the bottom, but perhaps, it doesn't need the stem. I don't need a pointy bottom. I think,
We all need a porcelain bottom.
Oh, it's been silly now.
Can I talk about porcelain bottoms?
No.
So Stephen Morrissey, when he came in, he gave me the Intelligentsia cup.
Are you in love with Stephen Morrissey?
It's
are you in love with him?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
Yeah.
You
When you pour it, it's gonna come an amazing flower or anything in it. You just hold it over the cup.
Yeah.
It's suddenly tulip without you even moving your hand.
It pours itself. It's amazing, and
I need some of those badly.
The handle is kind of it's amazing just for holding. It's nearly built more for a barista than it is for the customer in a weird sort of way. It's got this lovely flat hand, so you can turn it as you're pouring. It's something to behold. It really is. I give it to my special customers.
I got that today.
Yes, you did.
You're a special customer.
And my mum said I'm special.
She also said
And that's why I had to go to the special school for special children.
Nice. But yeah, that's amazing. They said they took 2 years to make it.
Wow.
I know potters that can do it a lot quicker.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was less impressed with that statement than I think he wanted to be. Like, come on, you could have made a move on.
Somebody should have really got to move on with that one.
It's like, what was that happened with that cup? You're supposed to go away. You were supposed to call that God. My God, they're gonna kill us. Doug Zell's gonna eat me. But but it's amazing. It's an amazing cup. Really, really impressive. But probably too wide for competition.
I think it's too
big.
Isn't it too big?
Yeah. Well, the bottom is quite.
It's got a pointy bottom.
Yeah, it's got a pointy bottom.
Oh, who's going on about the pointy bottoms now?
But on the inside, so the bottom is flat, but on the inside, it's got a pointy bottom on the inside.
So they've been watching my video.
Really?
Intelligentsia have stolen my idea off my video.
Dan does.
No, I actually don't think they have they? Because the cup's been made a lot longer. But we can pretend.
Yeah, well, they ordered it 2 years ago. It's amazing. Love it. So if you get your hands on one, do.
And I like the star in the bottom as well.
Yeah, that's really
nice.
Yeah, just the little things. Stop laughing at us. We're champions.
No, actually, no, I done nothing.
You signed that wall of mine. You're a champion. We've got a wall of champions and Steve Layton.
I didn't want to sign it, can I just say? I actually said I shouldn't sign it and I have no right signing this.
Me and Uda had a vote and we said you were our champion.
Yes. So, anyway, I think it's time to wrap it up before you get too drunk.
You got Steve Layton of the year.
Yeah. Congrats.
We've been the most Stevie Slayton person this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
What's it called? Thank
you very much for joining us. No, thank you very much.
I want to sing a song now.
He's the drunk uncle at the Christmas party. Won't be long now.
I could have been a superstar. Yes, but
Honestly, Steamo's sober through there. Hasn't had a drop all night. He's drunk as a lord. That's what it takes to be a champion.
But though it's been fun. Thank you very much, Uda, for coming to Dublin.
Thank you. It's
And
been very.
it's been great having you in the shop, and I think you can agree that I would not have gotten anywhere near.
Oh, gee, today would have been a
In fact,
catastrophe.
we would have sold
without
more
Uda.
coffee if I had stood aside and let Uda just run the bar by herself, I think.
Yeah,
So that was
pretty
amazing.
much.
And thank you, Steve, for coming across as well. I really enjoyed having you here, and thanks for putting up with all the questions. And
That's good. Apart from I
Lots
nearly
of-
lost my
lots of
voice at one
sausage.
point. I'm all good for sausage.
Come on.
I'm sausage out.
What are we going to do for closing titles?
Ooh,
Twisted Pepper video.
yeah.
Colin Shop from today.
Bye.
What's goodbye in Norwegian?
Ha det.
I don't know how I ended up here tonight. I guess it was just an act out of fright. If ever the day will come, if ever, just come what may. When the alarm goes off, I know you hope you won't, but you know you will. It's a stone cold area, I'm freezing. Indoors, outdoors, where's the heater? If ever the day will come, if ever, just come what may. When the alarm goes off, I know you hope you won't, but you know you will. I'm only a block away from your house, aiming high when staying down. It's a third floor paradise, but I don't know how to climb up the stairs. I'm afraid of heights. If ever the day will come, if ever, just come what may. When the alarm goes off, I know you hope you won't, but you know you will. I'm only a block away from your house. It's a third floor paradise. I'm only a block away from your house. You know you hope you won't, but you know you